Guardian angels, the spiritual world, guardian angels. Hello, y'all. I'm Dianna Brianne. I don't give advice, suggestions, information, recommendations. I just share with you my perspective on different topics, as is with this one. I hope you like, share, subscribe to all 5 of my channels. The links are pinned to the top of the comments section below. Well, I got to thinking about guardian angels today. And, like I said, I don't give advice or suggestions or information. I just give you my opinion, my perspective on different topics. And do I believe in guardian angels? Absolutely. Do I believe they come in different forms? Absolutely. I believe that sometimes we even have earthly forms of guardian angels. Those are those people that kind of come to our rescue in life or come to our assistance, that watch over us, that help us along the way. They're real people, but they're kind of doing angel work, so to speak. And yet I believe in divine, spiritual guardian angels as well. And I'm not sure exactly how they look. I know some people talk about how they've seen an angel, and I really haven't seen an angel that I know of, although I could feel the presence of angels. And I sometimes think that God uses people that we loved that have passed on. Sometimes he may, and I don't know this to be so, but he may use them to watch over us, to help us. I told a story to you in another video about when I had a health crisis quite a few years back, and the doctors couldn't figure out what it was. And after months, and I was getting weaker and weaker, my mother, who had passed, came to me in a dream, and she was very upset, and I was laying on a gurney, and part of my head was shaved. And I said, Mom, why are you so upset? And she said, because you have a lesion on the left side of your brain and they need to do surgery right now. Well, I waited about 2 weeks and I got weaker and weaker, and I drove myself to the emergency room while my husband was actually living 6 hours away because his job had transferred him, but we hadn't moved yet. But he was down there for Thanksgiving weekend. And so while he was watching our kids, because our kids were young at the time, I drove myself in the middle of the night to the emergency room a second time. After about 16 doctors I had been through already over a period of months who couldn't figure it out. None of them had taken a CAT scan. None of them had looked at that element. They had looked at my heart. They had looked at my blood work. They had looked at all other areas pretty much, but not that area. So I went into the emergency room and I ended up on a gurney, and I told the doctor, I said, my mother told me I had a lesion on the left side of the brain. She told me this 2 weeks ago. And he says, your mother a doctor? I said, no, my mother has already passed on to the other side, but she came to me in a dream. So somehow that doctor listened to me and didn't think I was crazy, put me in a CAT scan. They had to call someone in because it was Thanksgiving weekend. And they came in, and the whole time I was in that tube, feeling claustrophobic. And the woman kept saying, what did your mother say? What did your mother say? And I kept saying, well, my mother said that I have a lesion on the left side of the brain. I think they had medicated me to relax me a little bit because I was so claustrophobic in that tube. And so all the way back, she kept asking me that too. And when we got back to the gurney, the doctor walked in and he said, ma'am, we've got to keep you. You have a lesion on the left side of your brain, which had been a small broken blood vessel. And so that's the exact words that he used. He says, your mother was right. You have a lesion on the left side of your brain. Now, I saw my mother in a dream. That was in a dream. So could she have somehow transcended that dream? I don't know. I had another occasion where I had passed out, and twice at the same, within the same short span of time. And upon the second time, I was passed out longer, and I felt my mother go by me, and she was extremely upset, and she was talking to somebody, and she was extremely emotional, extremely upset. And she said, I felt that she was saying, it's not her time yet, it's not her time yet. And it just was that my mother? Was she my guardian angel? Was she watching over me? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I believe that there are divine connections, people that are here on earth, that we all work together to help each other. I may play a part in someone else's life that I may never meet, or they may play a part in my life that I may never ever know. And I also believe that, there are just spiritual beings that do watch over us. And I do believe in the forces of good and evil. I do believe in that, okay? And I was taught that by Grandma. And these are all my own opinions and my own perspectives, so I'm just sharing that with you. Growing up, we were always taught about angels. Grandma used to say, now, always remember, sometimes angels can be disguised as people. She used to always tell me that. And so I've always believed in guardian angels, and I've just had many, many, many experiences. I've had divine connections, divine synchronicity, divine timing, and divine places that if I hadn't been there at that time, certain things would not have come together. And so I live my life based upon those elements: divine timing, divine connections, divine places. And I do believe in that there is something beyond us, and that there are powers beyond us. And so I do believe in guardian angels. I believe that God gives angels enough power to help protect us. And so maybe that's why I love the show, and always did love the show Touched by an Angel. I always loved that show. And even late at night, I will sit and watch an old episode of Touched by an Angel. So I wanted to come on here and share my perspective that I believe in guardian angels. I believe in the spiritual entity. I believe in spiritual beings. From my house to yours, may God bless you. I hope you like, share, subscribe. Links are pinned to the top of the comment section below. And I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.